Hey guys, Fifa here with something new on the channel. Something I've been watching recently. NBA 2K. They do these rebuild challenges. I've seen a few FIFA ones, but basically the premise is you take a team, and in one video you try and win the well, in NBA terms it would be the NBA finals. Win the finals in the NBA. For us, it's going to try and be the Champions League. So I'm going to kick it off with a team kind of in the news right now, and that is going to be Spurs. And I think what we're going to do in this challenge is we're going to try and win the Champions League with Spurs. We'll see how many seasons it takes, but let's get right into the challenge. This doesn't matter because I guess we'll make it a bit harder and we'll go strict negotiations. But this doesn't really matter. We're not going to be playing the games. We will be simulating them. Spurs, I think 33-year-old Lloris, I think we can keep him for this first season. You know, we'll get a season, maybe even two out of him. He's a World Cup winner. He's Spurs captain. We're not going to sell him for the first one. Gazaniga actually has been released by Spurs, so we'll do that on here as well. So that means Joe Hart is the backup to Hugo Lloris. That's fine by me. Ryan Sessegnon was returned from his loan. Danny Rose doesn't play here anymore, so we'll release him as well. So on the left-hand side, we've got Sessegnon, Davies, and Regulion. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to sell one of these. I think that's going to be Ben Davies. We're going to add him to the transfer list. So we've got the youth in Sessegnon and the slightly older but still very young Regulion in the 23-year-old and the 20-year-old. And we will be looking to get rid of Ben Davies. 22 years old, 68 overall. You're not really going to be in the squad anymore. Rodon plays for them in real life. I think we'll keep him as a rotation along with Juan Foyth. This double here in Davinson Sanchez and Toby Alderweireld, I think, is probably one of the more common centre-back partnerships that they play this season. Davinson Sanchez is 24. Hopefully, he's better in this than he is in real life. Alderweireld has been at the club for a while, so I don't really think that the defence needs anything major. We've got Matt Doherty. He hasn't had the best season at Spurs. He had a really good one at Wolves. Serge Aurier, we're going to transfer list him. And we're going to go with Tanganga and Doherty as the two staying here. Right, so then we've got Sissoko, who I think 30 years old. He'll be good rotation. Harry Winks, 24. I thought he was older than that, I'm not going to lie. We'll keep him as well. Højbjerg is definitely, he's going to be kind of the main midfielder that we build around. Him and Lo Celso and Ndombele, I think, are going to be our midfield three. Oliver Skip, he's going to be good rotation. So I think because we've got Oliver Skip as our rotation, I think we actually add Harry Winks to the transfer list. And Oliver Skip becomes our rotational kind of defensive midfielder on the bench. I've heard a couple of rumours that if Harry Kane leaves, Heung-min's son will also leave. So do we look to kind of cash out and get the most money possible here, and we sell Heung-min's son and we sell Harry Kane? I'm not too sure. We'll have a look when it comes to it. We've got a couple of good players in here though. We've got Son, Stevie Bergwijn, Lo Celso. Got Dele Alli. I want to get something out of Dele Alli in this. I'm going to try and build around Dele Alli. Hopefully he can become something special. Lucas Moura, I'm going to transfer this. I don't think he's that good. The same being done with Eric Lamela. Okay, so then we come from Lucas Moura, who's transfer listed, to Harry Kane. Now, it seems like he wants to leave. So what we're going to do, we're going to add him to the transfer list. And we're going to look to get a big sum of money for him. And that is going to be the kind of the main chunk of the rebuild. Right, so what we have got is a 4-3-3. We're going to look to buy a new right midfielder, a new striker, and a new right back. I think are the main priorities. And maybe we'll get a new centre back in to replace Alderweireld. He's 31, so he's not the oldest. So he's certainly not going to start decreasing anytime soon. But I think the midfield's fine. I think obviously Heung-min Son's fine. Regulion, as we've said, we've gone through. And what we're going to do is we're going to go look for some options. And maybe some offers will come in. Alright, so the first offers come in is Sevilla, offering us 12.6 million for Moussa Sissoko. I don't even think I've got him on the bench. It's just under his value, but he's 30 years old. I think we're going to accept that and we'll look to reinvest it elsewhere. But that's the first offer that's come in. Okay, so Winks has sold, that's good. Sissoko has sold, that's good. I'm going to look to keep Eric Dyer as backup in both centre-back and in CDM. Okay, so the first signing we've made as our Tottenham career is Manchester City's Raheem Sterling. And what's actually happened is he's come here and Harry Kane has gone the other way. So we've lost Harry Kane, meaning we do need to go and get a striker from somewhere. And I've got just the man in mind. Let's go and get that deal done, see what we can do. So coming in to replace Harry Kane in that striker position is going to be Richarlison. Now what we did for him is £30 million plus another one of our players that we were looking to get rid of, Lucas Moura. So a Brazilian for a Brazilian. I think he's going to be a really good one. Obviously he's a Premier League experienced player. He is going to slot right into that striking position. So now we've got Heung-min Son, Richarlison and Raheem Sterling as our attacking front three. I think we've got a very strong midfield. And I think the defence, it might be good enough. Maybe we get one big actual kind of standout player in maybe that right back position with our remaining budget and we might be onto a winner even in this first season. And what might be the final transfer of the opening season, Denzel Dumfries, a player I've been really impressed with at the Euros so far. We played his release clause, 35.4 million for the 24-year-old. He comes in on a 4-year deal and hopefully he can make an impact at that right back position because at the Euros he's been charging forward. Hopefully he can get a goal or two, help us with our push this season. Obviously we can't win the Champions League in this first season, I realised, because we're not even in it. But we could get some European trophies. Let's see what we can do. Let's jump to deadline day and see what other transfers actually go through. So what's happened here is we've actually got a deal for Toby Alderweireld. Now you're probably seeing 6.5 million is not the best, but it's a swap deal. And they've offered Sandro Tonali, 20-year-old Sandro Tonali, but obviously we've got Højbjerg in that defensive midfield position with Oliver Skip as the rotation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to negotiate and maybe we'll look to just get straight up cash. We'll see what we can do. So what we're going to do is if you give me 35 mil, you can have Toby Alderweireld. Okay, so we're going to have to start looking for a new centre-back because Toby Alderweireld looks like he might be on his way out the door. So he's been sold. We've got 30 million from that and we're going to have to sign a new centre-back quickly. Okay, so a huge deal. I know I said I was going to get someone young. I did go and get someone young. We got Brighton. We offered 20 million for Ben White. They accepted. The 22-year-old comes in. But I thought, why not go out for a player who has recently left Real Madrid? Obviously on the game he's not, but we've offered 35 million for Sergio Ramos, new number 4, coming in. He's a multiple-time Champions League winner. He's won the league. He's won the World Cup and the Euros with Spain. World class. He's a world class centre-back. A world class centre-back, and he's just going to slot in nicely there next to Davinson Sanchez. Hopefully they can build a nice little relationship. He's got Rajulion next to him. But the league is about to start. I will see you on deadline day where we will go over all of the outgoings, all of the incomings, and then we'll sim to the end of the season 1 and we'll see how this team has done. And on deadline day, we're back and we make the signing of the leader of the Welsh Mafia, Gareth Bale, 22.5 million for him. He comes back on a permanent deal, 4-year contract. And that is going to be the squad, the final squad, going into the end of the season. And you can see here, 152 million spent, 105 million worth of profit. So a net spend of 50 million, and we've completely revamped the team. Departures, so Aurier sold to Atalanta for 20 million. Winks to Leverkusen for 20 million. Alderweireld to Milan for 35 million. Lamela to Juve for 17.5. Sissoko to Sevilla, I think was the first person we sold for 12.5. I will see you at the end of season 1, and hopefully we have progressed in terms of the club. Let's go. So we've come to the end of season number 1 with Spurs. And let's look at the league table. Okay, so the rebuild has been successful. We finished higher than normal. We finished joint on points with Manchester City, Harry Kane's Manchester City. We actually scored more than them, 5 more goals scored than them. Big gap between 4th and 5th. An extra win our way, we maybe could have finished above Manchester United, but Liverpool did win the league with 27 wins, 8 draws and 3 losses. We got 24 wins, 10 draws and 4 losses. Okay, so we've only lost 4 times this season. Leeds, Sheffield United and West Brom going down. Let's have a look at the cup competition. So the FA Cup, we won that against Leicester 3-2. That's brilliant to see. The Carabao Cup, that was won by Manchester City against Chelsea. How far did we get in that? Knocked out in round 3 by Manchester United. Okay, unfortunate. But at least we won the FA Cup, so it's a bit of silverware. So we beat Man United in the round 3 of the FA Cup, but lost in the Carabao Cup. Okay, so we beat Manchester United. Round 4, we beat Bournemouth 4-0. Round 5, we beat Brentford 3-0. Round 6, we beat Derby County 2-0. In the semi-final, we beat Brighton, and then we beat Leicester. So we had a relatively easy run-in. As for the Champions League, that was won 1-0 by Bayern Munich. Manchester City losing out again. That was won by Manchester United. 3-1 against Benfica. Spurs were in the Europa League. We got knocked out. Whoa. Why's Crystal Palace in there? Okay, so there's been a glitch. We didn't actually even get entered into the Europa League, which is a bit annoying. But we will be in the Champions League next season. Let's actually quickly go through the stats then. Let's see who done what. So, most appearances was obviously Hugo Lloris with 45, joint with Raheem Sterling, and a 35-year-old Sergio Ramos played 44 games. As for goals, Gareth Bale got 22 goals this season, 18 in the Premier League. Raheem Sterling got 21 with 16 in the Premier League. Richarlison got 15, 13 of those in the Premier League, and then it kind of dies off. Heung-min Son only got 2 Premier League goals, and he only played 18 games. But as for assists, no one in double figures, but it is spread across the board, with Richarlison the top with 7, Ndombele and Sterling with 6, Lo Celso with 5, and then we got Bale, Dyer on 4. Sergio Ramos somehow got 3 assists. Player is still Heung-min Son. Lloris has actually progressed to an 88. Raheem Sterling has progressed to an 88. Ramos has gone down to an 86. Højbjerg has gone up to an 86. It's brilliant. Richarlison's gone up +5 to an 86. Reguilón +2 to 84. Lo Celso to an 84. And Ndombele to an 84. Dumfries has gone up 3 to an 83. That is really good to see. Lovely bit of development. Let's go into season number 2. Let's make some signings and let's try and see how we do in our first time back in the Champions League in a few years. So, season number 2, we've got 165 million, between 165 and 170 on the budget. I am leaning towards selling Heung-min Son because he didn't contribute that much last season. So with that money, I'm leaning towards selling on Heung-min Son. He is 28 years of age. Obviously, we've got Raheem Sterling who's only 26. The only question is, do we chuck Raheem Sterling back onto the left and buy a right winger, or do we keep Raheem on the right and buy a left winger? Other than that, I think maybe a new goalkeeper. 34-year-old Hugo Lloris going into his final year of his contract. Maybe another big star centre-back to replace Sanchez, or maybe to replace Ramos, ready for next season, because I don't think Ben White is going to be first team rating. I think Ben White was a poor signing, seeing as he's only 2 years younger than Davinson Sanchez, and he is 5 ratings off, unless he goes up 5 ratings this season. But yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to transfer list Heung-min Son, and I think we're going to look for a left midfielder, and I've got just the one in mind. So I'm pretty sure many of you could have guessed who the player we wanted to replace Heung-min Son was. It is Super Jack Grealish. We actually bought him from Atletico Madrid for 66 million, so he's obviously gone there, had a season there, and he's come back to England with us. 66 million for him. He will replace Heung-min Son, who's still at the club. But maybe we'll look to swap Heung-min Son for a centre-back or even a new goalkeeper. Let's go and try and find one. So, the new number 1 coming in. Well, he's not going to be number 1 this season. I take that back. Hugo Lloris is going to have one more season. We are going to offer him a new contract. We're going to, though, give him a rotational option. And this man will be our number 1 going ahead next season. Dean Henderson. We offered them 53 million for him. And they actually accepted it quite easily. It wasn't really the most negotiations between ourselves and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. 58k. And we have got him on a 5-year deal. Let's go. Still can't get rid of Heung-min Son. And I don't really know what to do. Right, the big offer has been made. Heung-min Son. Atletico Madrid have offered 109.7 million. We're going to negotiate with them. And let's see what we can get out of them. See what they say. Okay, 128. Let's try and bump that up to 130. 130 for Heung-min Son. There we go. We say goodbye to the South Korean. We've already got his replacement. They've replaced Jack Grealish with the player that we replaced Heung-min Son with. So, kind of works out for the both of us. Maybe we could have done a swap deal. There we go. It goes through. We get 117 million from that deal. Meaning in our budget right now, we've got 192.25 million. And you can look at our squad. It is already a brilliant squad. I think what we're going to do is maybe look for 2 world-class centre-backs. Just to push this team to the next level. And I think 192 million is enough for that. So let's have a look out and see who we can get. So, from all the centre-backs that I just listed, we went with Raphael Varane. 62.5 million because he only had 1 year left on his contract. He's in his prime at 28. He's won it all, and hopefully he can help us reach that next level in the Premier League and the Champions League that should help us win the league. But look at this team. You can't tell me that's a bad team. We've got Raphael Varane, we've got Sergio Ramos, we've got Dean Henderson waiting on the bench for Lloris to retire. And I think I will meet you on deadline day, back up and see who's sold. And if we do sign anyone, we'll come back. Okay, so we're back on deadline day. And we have just quickly going to go over the deals. So, we've loaned out White. We've sold Carter Vickers to Anderlecht. We sold the Doherty to Milan. Foyth has gone out on loan. Scarlett's gone out on loan. Heung-min Son sold for, I'm assuming, a record-breaking 130 million in terms of a Spurs transfer to Atletico Madrid. 29 years old, 130 million. Really nice transfer there. Davies to Bilbao. And that is that. As for transfers in, we signed Grealish, Raphael Varane, and Dean Henderson. Just the 3 signings for ourselves. Tottenham were handed a favourable draw with them in Atletico Madrid, Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Sparta Prague in Group F of the Champions League. See how far we can do in that. Let's see if we can retain our FA Cup. Maybe even try and pick up a Carabao Cup. And we'll see how we do in the league. I will see you at the end of the season. Let's go. Okay boys, so we are back for season number 2, the final end of it. And you can see some big player progression for a couple of our players here. What we're going to do is we are going to take a look at the league. And we finished second on goal difference. We outscored them by 1 more goal, but we conceded 4 more. We lose the league on goal difference. We got 30 wins, 4 draws, and 4 losses. Manchester City finished top. Season number 2, we had almost completed the first objective of winning the league. Not quite working out. Let's see how we did in the Community Shield. We lost 2-0 to Liverpool. In the FA Cup, did we win? We lost 2-1 to Arsenal in the FA Cup final. We couldn't quite retain our trophy. The Carabao Cup, we lost 2-0 to Liverpool. Oh my god, so we lost in the Premier League. We came second on goal difference. We lost the Community Shield, we lost the FA Cup, we lost the Carabao Cup. We're Spursing it up right now. As for the Champions League, that was won by Liverpool against Man City. Did we get to... Oh my god, we didn't even get to the... We got knocked out 2-1 by Atalanta in the round of 16. Embarrassing. We topped our group, but the round of 16... As for the Europa League, that was won by Chelsea on penalties. I can't believe that. I cannot believe we came second. Hugo Lloris's contract is expiring in 1 month. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, he wants that crucial first team role, which is really annoying. I guess we'll give it to him. We're not going to play him in that first role. So, appearances. 3 players on 59 in Hugo Lloris, Raheem Sterling and Richarlison. Dumfries and Højbjerg go on 58, 56 for Jack Grealish, Lo Celso on 55, Sergio Ramos, 36 years of age, getting that 54 appearances. Varane in his opening season got 47, and Ndombele got 40, and then it drops off down to Dele Alli, who got 29. Top goal scorer this season was once again Raheem Sterling with 19 goals in the Premier League, 4 in the Carabao Cup, 3 in the FA Cup, 2 in the Champions League, totaling to 28. Jack Grealish got 24 with 14 in the Prem, 6 in the Champions League, 3 in the Carabao and 1 in the FA Cup. Richarlison, our striker, with 19. Maybe we look to get a striker who scores a few more goals, but 17 in the Premier League ain't too bad, with 2 in the Carabao Cup. Dele Alli got 11, got double digits, 10 in the Prem, which is good to see. Lo Celso got 10, Ramos got 9, Dumfries coming in with a few more, Stevie Bergwijn with 3. 2 players got double-doubles. Lo Celso got 10 goals, 10 assists, but Jack Grealish got 24 goals and 17 assists. And Ndombele just missed out on double digits with 9. And as for clean sheets, Hugo Lloris kept 27 clean sheets this season, 18 in the Premier League, so almost half of his games he did keep a clean sheet. Okay, so it seems like Reguilon has been forced out of the club, a forced sale, because he's not here. So as I simulated through, he must have been forced gone. So let's have a look how much he actually went for. Can we go transfers, transfer history, my club. So we left for 76 million. But we've now got a 91 rated Raheem Sterling, 88 rated Lloris, Varane's got up to an 88, Richarlison to an 88, Højbjerg to an 87 along with Jack Grealish. Dumfries is now an 85, same with Lo Celso and Ndombele. Ramos has unfortunately gone down again to an 85. Dean Henderson, despite playing not that many games, has gone up to an 84. Bergwijn to an 84, Dele Alli still an 83. Juan Foyth has now gone up to an 81. Skip to a 79. Gareth Bale's gone down to a 79, which isn't really good to see. So we've got a big chunk in the budget, and I think what we're going to do before the season's over, and before we lose a big chunk of this money, I think we try and pick up a new left back for next season. So, boys, heading into season number 3, we lost our left back in Reguilon, and we went and signed what many people believe is the best left back in the world, Alphonso Davies, 80 million from FC Bayern. The young Canadian joins, we add him to the squad, and I think this season, this up-and-coming season, the players we need to sign are a new backup striker to replace Gareth Bale, and a new starting centre-back that is just as good as Rafael Varane. You can see Ramos has gone down to 84. Sanchez hasn't improved from his 82 overall. And I think it's time as well to pick up a new centre-back. So that's what we're going to look out for. So the first official signing we make in season number 3, 35-year-old Luis Suarez on a free. Picking him up off the free agents market. He is on 105k for 2 years, and he's going to be our rotational striker behind Richarlison. I think a decent little player there. I think what we're going to do now is focus fully on a centre-back, a world-class centre-back that I think will help us win the Champions League. And that big player we were looking for is Matthias de Ligt from Juventus. We picked him up for 135 million plus Davinson Sanchez, he just kind of plateaued, and to get De Ligt, who's still only 22 years of age and 88 overall, I think is perfect for this team. The defence, we have got the two Dutch players, we've got the Frenchman, the Canadian, we've got Dean Henderson in goals to keep that Englishness in the first team, Lo Celso, Højbjerg and Ndombele, Richarlison up top, Jack Grealish out on the left and Raheem Sterling on the right. And I think this team should be ready. I think we can simulate to transfer deadline day right now, and things should be good, and we should be able to now push on and try and win the Champions League this season. We were so close to the Premier League last year, and Austria win the World Cup 2022. That's a bit mental. Right, boys, we've not signed anyone, we've not sold anyone either. I literally think the team is perfect as it is. You can see here 135 million spent, and that is it. That brings the net spend up quite a lot because we didn't sell anyone this year. The team is looking really good all over the pitch. But we're going to simulate to the end of the season. We will see how we do. Hopefully we can win the league. Let's go. Season number 3. End of the year. Here we go. Boys, we are one step away from completing the challenge, completing the rebuild. We just need to beat Real Madrid in the Champions League final. You know, the most decorated team in the Champions League history, Real Madrid. But our run-in was a relatively difficult one. We finished second in the group to Milan, who went undefeated. Round of 16, we beat Dortmund 3-2. Quarter-finals, we beat Chelsea 3-2. And then in the semi-finals, we drew 2-2 with Barcelona, but beat them 4-3 on penalties. Real Madrid getting the much easier tie. But they were pushed to the very end by Sporting, but a 5-4 win for them. We do meet in the final, but have we won the Premier League this season? Yes, we have. 98 points. We almost got to the Centurions. 31 wins, 5 draws and 2 losses. 88 goals scored, 28 goals conceded. And we did it quite easily, actually, finishing 9 points higher than Manchester City in second place. So we've finally done it there. The FA Cup, how do we do? Quarter-finals, we lost 3-0 to the eventual winners, Liverpool, who did beat Southampton 2-1 in the final. The Carabao Cup, did we win that? Yes, we did. 3-1 against the team I support, Chelsea. So that means we have won the Premier League, we have won the FA Cup, we have won the Carabao Cup. We're in the Champions League final. The Europa League final is a victory for Manchester United against RB Leipzig. And what we're going to do, we're going to go into this game against Real Madrid. We are going to sim the match. So for them, they have got Courtois, Carvajal, Koulibaly, Laporte, Mendy, Casemiro, Cruz and Maddison, with Firmino, Ferran Torres and Vinicius Jr. up top. As we have another chance here with the ball in the air. Lo Celso loses out. And there's a chance for Real Madrid to counter-attack here. But they don't quite give the ball up the field quick enough. Can they shoot from there? Toni Kroos blocked. Out to Grealish. There's a counter-attacking chance here. So much space. Will he cut it back? He's tackled in the box. And what we're going to do is jump in for these final few minutes. And maybe we can nick a goal as Richarlison presses high. Back to Lo Celso. We're going to lay it off to Ndombele and we're going to strike it wide of the post with 30 seconds remaining. And it seems like this game will be going to penalties, all things considered. But Raheem Sterling wins the ball back. Stolen by Casemiro, and it will be going to penalties. One shot all game. Here we go. Eden Hazard, the Chelsea man, steps up first. And he dinks it. He doesn't feel the pressure. Richarlison going for that bottom right-hand corner. He tucks it home. Lloris dives the wrong way. Lautaro Martinez Sends the keeper the wrong way, the Argentine. Ndombele is going to go for the middle, straight down the middle. Hugo Lloris, sorry, not Hugo Lloris, Thibaut Courtois goes the wrong way. Toni Kroos up next. Dinks it over the crossbar, trying to be cocky. The man who had a chance late on in the game in extra time. Raheem Sterling, right in the top corner. Advantage Tottenham Hotspur. Vinicius Jr. against Lloris. Sends him the wrong way. All we have to do is convert these last few penalties. Jackie Grealish. Down the middle. Doesn't quite work out his side. The same as Toni Kroos. Ferran Torres. Another dink. Another dinked effort. And that puts all the pressure onto Lo Celso against Thibaut Courtois. Going to go for that bottom right-hand corner. Sends him the wrong way. Absolutely brilliant there. Dani Olmo, the Spaniard. Beautiful finish. Really good penalties here. Alphonso Davies, the new man. He's going to go for the left-hand side. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Casemiro, the captain. What's he saying? Saved by the Spurs captain. All the pressure falls on Dumfries. One of the first signings we made back in season number 1. Going to go for that top right-hand corner. And he's put it there. The rebuild is complete. We have won the Champions League with Spurs. And what an incredible team we have built here. Episode number 1 of the rebuild. Complete. Comment down below some teams you want us to rebuild. And the aim will be to win the Champions League. But a lovely finish to the most boring Champions League ever. As Denzel Dumfries scores the winner. We've won the Premier League and the Champions League in the same season. Hugo Lloris will be the man to lift it. 6-5 win against Real Madrid on penalties to win Tottenham Hotspur's first ever Champions League. The second team in London to win a Champions League behind Chelsea, who've won it twice. There we go, big ears. Gareth Bale winning another Champions League. Sergio Ramos, Rafael Varane, Luis Suarez, all winning multiple Champions League. This is Raheem Sterling's first, De Ligt's first, many of the first teams' first, Hugo Lloris's first Champions League trophy. Don't know why it looks like that, but the Champions League winners on the rebuild. Tottenham Hotspur. There we go. And we've done it. It took us 3 seasons, but we have built an incredible team. All we had to do is sell Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. Maybe Spurs can take some tips in real life. Hopefully they don't. Obviously I'm a Chelsea fan. I don't want Spurs to succeed in real life. But what a boring final that was. One shot on all game and it wasn't even on target. And I was the one that had it with Ndombele. But there we go. That is the team that won the Champions League this season. An 86 rated Lloris, a 90 rated Davies, a 90 rated Varane and De Ligt, 87 rated Dumfries, Højbjerg at 89, Ndombele and Lo Celso both at 87, Grealish and Richarlison both at 89, and Raheem Sterling a 92 rated. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, something new.